You either go a bit harder to the first hairpin, then ease off and gradually ramp.
Ed, can you see the comments?
System going, or just gradually ramp from the beginning.
Negative.
Davide! Now, for those of you that have watched my Italian series with the hotel,
it says guests see viewers' comments.
Garda Bike Hotel. Davide is the force of nature that crews Zone 2 behind me at Montebalde and Perry Fossa. And the Garda Bike
You're
Hotel,
right there.
Davide.
So if you're just joining, Phil's doing an epic ride and he's just had a can of Coke and he can't belch. So he's hoping that Jane will come and slap his back in a minute and give him a tap on the back so he can burp.
I don't know if there'll be a big jump forward. I think Zwift will produce their own bike. And I've seen Scott on ComHunt TV showing us the steering on Zwift. That was pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
I'm trying to find the live.
The rest of the Coke. Hey, Davide, it's a long one
Ed,
today.
can you hear him now?
Yeah.
Can you still hear him? Yeah, okay. Interesting.
I don't have any biscotti, but my mum made some very nice biscotti. Over Christmas, amaretti biscotti.
Right, so just mic him a minute. So you've joined us watching Phil Love It live. So we've just done a quick test with Darren on this page. This is Backpedal, hopefully. We've got Ed Laverack. So we've got Coach Ed. We've got one thumbs up on Facebook. We've got Coach Ed talking through his client's race here, last 26K. How's it going?
Who's the client? Phill is actually, I was trying to look on Swift Power to see where he is, but Swift Power is having a bit of a mad moment, I think. So he's got a fair bit of road left until he hits the Alp, but they've got that nasty little kicker before you get onto the gravel section to get into the jungle, haven't they?
Yeah. He well, you could probably pull up the.
I see Lord. I see a chat on the side. Look.
And what we can do, Ed, is this look.
Wow! Look at that.
So I can, and then we can also easily just go back to us two as well. Flip it back to two, and if you want to bring in me and Big Ed, me and Big Ed, me Big, or if you wanted to go Phil full stream, we can just do this as well. So I'm going to go and find. What's he doing now?
It's not bad, is it, Lord? It's not bad at all.
Right.
Oh,
I got to get the game face on.
Indeed. I mean, don't forget to use that feather power up, Phil.
He struggles with that feather power up. We can do lots of stuff as well, Lord. We've got lots of plans for this one. So, there's a private chat. Ed's just sent me a private chat. What the? Hi.
This is mint. I'm watching it. I'm watching it on YouTube now. It's mental.
Hi, YouTube. How are you?
Little sips.
Over on YouTube.
Phil Tings. He's gone for the Coke. I think it's about time I did an emergency.
I mean, there's lots of grey in that graph, so he's obviously prepared, didn't he? What is going on? What was that?
So the idea is for Phil to watch this back and learn from it. So,
well, hang on. Are we going to watch all of this? I got flipping. I got to get my charger and everything.
Good audio. Hi, Adam James.
Yeah.
How are you?
Scott did a demonstration on the Crit City circuit with the steering on ComHunt TV.
Yes, I did. I keep forgetting Phil can't hear us.
Pretty awesome.
Phil should be watching our live stream. That's what we should do. Right, I'm going to find Phil Lovett in Zwift Power.
God, I could literally cry at the prospect of another climb.
Oh, it's because I can choose which ones get highlighted, Lord. So I can just click that. I can go and click Ding Dingle. And I can go, hi Josh. Hi Joshua.
Ugh.
What we don't want to do here is take away from Phil's. We've only got 9 people on Backpedal YouTube. I think the diehards will be watching both, won't they? So,
Well, you'd imagine Phill will run out of breath very soon. So
why am I saying Phill next to me?
Hi, Caxo.
I don't know.
I can barely see the screen at the moment because the sun's in my eyes.
Change that to Scott. Oh, so it changed my screen to Scott as well. Hey Phil. Hey Ed, where have you gone?
I'm back.
Where'd you go?
I
I literally feel sick.
I went to click comments and I accidentally clicked sign up.
So I think so. Why do only some comments get so Adam James commented on Facebook.
That's clever.
So that's good. Ed, your audio isn't good in my ears, but I don't know if that's just my ears.
Probably because I'm using this. Is this the
So
group Phil's been with the whole time?
what's that?
This is the group Phil's been with the whole time.
I'm just going to go and find him on.
Good luck, because I can't find them on Twitter. Well, I can, but
Oh, Zwift Power didn't work, did it? Oh,
Ooh.
what we have to go? What? Because it's so long ago, wasn't it? The race, I guess. Yes, it's not showing.
it is on there. But trying to decipher the live results, well, the live whatever you call it, is quite difficult.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I can't bring in more than one screen share. I think because he's gonna otherwise go, isn't he? So, yes, years. So this is a great idea. So it's quite easy. So if Lord wanted to join us for a chat, good on both lads. Thanks, Jason Vorno. Old Vorno there with his little profile picture. What's that in your profile picture, Jason? Looks like an Edmo tee.
Little bit of Ed mode. replace vegan cyclist.
No way. The Facebook comment also appeared on YouTube. Are you having a giraffe? Can someone check that? Ed, can you check that?
I'm on it.
Only a mod on 2. Fail. Are you not? So Lord isn't a mod on Ed. You're a mod on my channel, are you? I think.
Lord's a mod on Backpedal.
Now he is, yeah. After New Year's Eve.
Yeah, Facebook comment also appeared on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Neil G.
That's amazing.
Oh no, whoa. Yeah, but he posted that on YouTube.
So I'm going to check Facebook. So we are learning here. Again, we're not trying to take go and watch Phil suffer. We are still watching him. Let's just check in with him.
This feels like a bridge too far.
He's gone one bridge too many.
I think he'll be all right.
I agree. Bridge too far.
Yeah, 2 bridges would have been 2 bridges too far. Oh, what's that?
That's right, David. 43.20.
Next, it's telling me to watch you.
On. All right, here we go.
Come on, Phil. You can do it. Jane's coming in.
Couldn't make it up, could he? Was that a video? Was that one of my videos?
Yeah, it's saying watch next.
Ah.
I have watched it as well.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it on Backpedal. Jane's coming here. So they're going to do some filming for the vlog.
Are they?
Yeah, that's the plan. That was the plan.
I told you. So I'm going to film something for the weekend's vlog. I'm going to try a little bit. So apologies. I'm going to be turning to Jane to film to the camera.
Don't get dropped.
Yeah.
Don't get dropped.
Don't get dropped. Come on, Phil. Come on.
Ruben ran out of gels and maltodextrin.
Right,
His
did it wrong.
glycogen levels were at an all-time low.
I started filming. I haven't read my lines yet.
Read my lines.
Sorry, that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Ruben's still recovering from when I took him off the back.
Okay.
In our shade race.
Well, welcome on and all to Bike Racing Without Mercy. I'm mid-race, quite a long one as it goes. And from the comfort of my trusty Watt bike, I'm going to navigate our way through today's vlog. And today's vlog is addressing the question, what have I personally learned in relation to the value of high volume, low intensity, zone 1, zone 2 endurance training?
Brilliant. Well done, Phil. That's brilliant.
So, and then let's still got more.
You don't get this on other channels, do you? So
Behind
he's
the
recording
scenes.
it.
Yeah, hit it up.
So he's doing a live stream, filming for a vlog. We're streaming the
So
live
yesterday
stream.
was the 2nd of January. No, start again, sorry. Start again.
He's
Move,
amazing.
Move.
So
Moved
today
him.
is 2nd of January. Yesterday was a full rest day. But prior to that, for the first time in my own very short cycling career, I undertook 10 consecutive days of cycling training. The large majority of which was in zone 1, zone 2. Had a few hard efforts, too. And that included the Festive 500 Backpedal group rides with so many of you and Scott and Ed. Going to cut to the kitchen.
Well done, Jane.
Yeah. So my 10-day stats are on the screen, including 8 days for the Festive 500, 641 Zwift kilometers, 6,000 meters of climbing, 11,400 calories, 920 TSS. And
I don't remember
920 TSS is a lot for my little legs. Normally in a 10-day period, I might be 550 to 600. Now, I know some of you are going to say, the Zwift kilometers come easy. Check out my blog, 100-kilometer comparison, indoors and out. I reckon the Zwift kilometer is 12 to 15% easier. So the stats show what I reckon I would have done in real life. Anyway, I figured it would be useful to share my personal perspective as to the positives and the negatives in relation to...
Here we go. That climb is coming. Lord.
He's still talking.
Can he finish? Can he finish before the climb?
And where better to do it than on an endurance race on the Uber
Oh,
Pretzel.
quick.
We're 109 kilometers in.
Oh,
We're not far away from negotiating the final climb of the day,
he's all right.
Alp
He's all right.
Zwift. A lot of people say when you get to the Alp on the Uber Pretzel, it feels like the end, or at least the beginning of the end of the race. I know to me, it'll merely feel like the end of the beginning. Yes, I do like a bit of Churchill. I do.
Who's Churchill? Winston. Yeah. Lord. Anyway, I think he handled that quite well, to be fair.
I tell you what, like, that's pretty amazing because I wouldn't have been able to do that after 100 kilometers on this route. That's just he's something special.
So he's on 3 hours now.
Yeah.
He's not going to break. He's not going to break 4, is he? Don't think so.
19k. No, I don't think so. 'Cause it is literally just over here, down, then up the Alp, isn't it?
What does the chat think? I mean,
Chat, do you think he's going to beat 4 hours? I don't think so. Did you hear him earlier, Ed, when he was going up the radio tower?
no, I was tuning in and out.
he said everyone was saying how fast should we go, and he put 5 watts per kilo. Everyone else put 4 watts per kilo in the Zwift chat, and he was like, "No, that means I'm not going to make 4 hours." So, Lord, why don't you just join us in the get your camera on and come and join us?
Was that so? Who was saying 4? The people in the front group or the people?
No, he formed a little pack of 4 or 5 riders, and they were going up the radio tower. And he said,
if you wanted to ride at 5, then he should. Why don't you ride with the front group?
But he'd already been dropped from the front group.
Yeah, well, then you can't complain that people aren't going to ride at 5.
but then,
if you're not in the front group, don't expect people to ride at 5 watts per kilo.
But then he said about I'll ride at 5. Everyone else said 4, and then people shot off at 5. So it was quite.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So, but then I was like, the time you'd lose by riding it ahead of them would be different anyway, isn't it? No chance. So let's see what Joshua Jack Smith says. No chance. He'll get up the Alp in less than. He gets up the Alp less than 55 minutes. That's my guess. So 55 minutes. Yeah, he's. Well, yeah, he's not at the Alp yet, is he? He's not far off. Well, yeah, no, it is quite a little trek, isn't it, to the Alp from here?
Yeah, it's about another 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes. In fact, I forgot how quick you can get somewhere. So I rode this way this morning to do my 30-15s, and I didn't turn left, because if you turn left now, you go on the new route, don't you? I went straight on. I went straight up the.
You're crackling a little bit. On your.
I went straight on. I went straight
Must
on.
Have been rubbing.
And I thought I wasn't going to get to the bottom of this climb before I started my intervals, but it's surprising actually how, like, you think it's quite far to get somewhere on Zwift, but actually only takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So how's everyone liking this new software system then? Are we liking it? I can put graphics. I can put graphics everywhere. You liking it, Ed?
Yeah. Changing the camera every time someone speaks. It's very good.
Yeah.
So you're saying you can pull. So how do you pull people in then? You just invite them, or you invite them outside the system, but then
like I sent you that link.
Okay.
I sent you that link to invite, and then Darren and Agnes joined. Looks fair to good. Yeah, and we got some more stuff. As long as the sound's all right, because I don't think the sound was that good on New Year's Eve, was it? Sorry, Joshua. Yeah, getting motion sickness. I did think about that when I was sort of just flashing through. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh," so we'll try and change it when it's good. There's Vorno. Good. Sounds good. So sorry, Joshua. We'll tone it down on the changes. Here we go. Joshua, I did 46 yesterday, and that hurt. Me and Phill are very similar FTP. Fair play if he does. 46 minutes on the Alp. Do you know Joshua, Ed?
That's about 4.5 watt per kilo or something like that? I think it's 4 watts per kilo for a sub 50. Am I right? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it depends what bike you're riding.
Yeah, very true.
Oh.
We've all got the same FTP now, guys. My FTP is nearly 300.
Bullet's catching me up. He's got a ramp test to do, and I've just got this, not fear. I'd love Bullet to beat me in an FTP test, but it would be quite fun. System's great. Here we go. Adam James. Let's just put Adam James up quickly. Some of the audio-generated captions are quite amusing. Oh, they're auto-generated on... That's crazy. So Facebook are auto-generating captions as we go.
What does that mean?
So, you know, like captions, so you can, like subtitles.
Yeah.
So they're auto-generating subtitles as we go.
Get out of here.
This is amazing stuff. So, Adam James, Adam, hopefully you don't want your webcam back in the next day or two, because we might use this for a podcast. Adam James is the podcast we're using. Looks great though. Thanks, Joshua. Okay, he's put Joshua same FTP here as well, roughly. If he does, I'll be probably impressed. So yeah, and he says 4.4 to 4.5 watts per kilo got me 44 minutes. Does he mean the YouTube ones?
Yeah. Or YouTube captions?
Oh, well, I assumed not, Tommy, because he looks like he's watching on Facebook. So Adam James, if you're watching on Facebook, let us know on that one. Facebook AI, yeah. So Jack did 4.3. Sorry, 4.3. Right, let's check it back in with Mr. Lovett.
We'd be super grateful. Subscribe to Backpedal. Scott, Ed and I got loads to come there. Loads of great rides. The Zwift. What's it called? The Zwift. Not Fondo. Tour de Zwift. Group rides. Chat, that kind of thing. Community channel. Backpedal. Ed's going to put some training stuff up there too.
Yeah. It's taking up all my time in a minute.
Yeah. I've got to do a 50-minute out. That ain't going to happen.
Coach says it will.
Hey, Cash.
Coach Ed.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah, I need a pilot light or a flamethrower, Kaj. Hey, Matt.
Just trying to find Phil's stream.
Oh, whoopsie daisy. Thank you very much, Agnes. Yeah, I'm going to try and hit 4 watts a kilogram.
You're right, though, Ed.
About 250,
that thumbnail,
260 watts, that kind of range.
That thumbnail's showing the banner for me.
Yeah, 34 minutes is like 6 watts per kilo on the nose, isn't it? So it's mad down there, Josh. Even more mad considering that outdoors for 34 minutes in a 15-mile time trial, I've done like 6.4. So somewhere indoors, I'm losing half a watt per kilo. What was I going to say? You said we can pick apart races as well, didn't you? So we could, like, say if I do my first, well, I've done my first race, that blooming thing I got shelled out the back on the last day of the Rafa Festive 500. But we can do breakdowns, can't we, of races?
Yeah, I think we can do this now to do breakdowns and stream it. Well, not stream it. We could record it using this software, which would be quite good. I mean, it's really just a bit of a simple Streamlabs kind of version, isn't it? But it's all cloud based. So you should be able to stream, like, no matter if you've got phone, iPad, just jump in. Sorry, I'm just finding the right one again. The idea with this is then we can do a bit of a breakdown review on Phil's video, because I can then go back through and just go find bits where that kind of stuff, and we can go through, skip through if this was a proper race, then press live and turn the sound on and off as well.
Okay. Now the level of concern is catastrophic, David.
Catastrophic. I don't think I've ever heard him say that.
So yeah. Sorry, I've been abusing the chat. So this is the idea we'll use for our we'll get some graphics done, and we can upload videos and stuff like that.
Thanks, Phill. Okay. I've lost some of the stitch.
Can you do replays on this? Yeah, we could. So we could go back through. So if I recorded my C cat race yesterday, Ed and Phil could have gone back through and breaking it down and just seen if I was going hard enough or anything there mixed. So, and super easy to bring in invites into the into the podcast, whatever we call it, the podcast. Was that Charlie?
I'm struggling to
Yeah,
keep the
just
food
showing
down
Charlie.
at the moment. I feel quite ill.
Hi, Charlie. I've just shown herself.
Doing a lot. I think we could do live analysis of the Backpedalers races.
Or nauseous, that's the word.
Then can I just gonna try and drag you?
Uber for one. Uber for one.
Uber for one. That's it, Tommy. We can do. We could do a review of the. Well, we're obviously gonna use this for the podcast because it's nice and easy to use.
I just come there.
Oh, we might see Jane. Hold on. It's Jane.
Any second now.
Jane's live on Backpedal.
That's it. Here we go. Out the Zwift. Happy holidays. Here we come. All right. Get me on. Just wait till we get to the bottom of the Alp. Get a bit more, then I'll do the next shot.
Well, he's not as aggressive as I am, so.
I don't know.
I'm like, Charles, do this. Stand here. Film this.
Shove this flannel down my bum.
Okay.
Joshua
speed.
Joshua says.
Dum, 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 dum.
You need to cut that out.
Previous live stream.
I was going to use it when he did that in a previous live stream of Little Drummer Boy in the Christmas special, and I never got round to it. I just ran out of time. Ding, ding, Little Drummer
I'm the Roman ship. I'm going to ram a Greek ship, or vice versa.
We could get Jane on there now.
Yeah, shall I send Jane an invite?
Now, 3:12, basically 3:13.
No, I don't want to annoy him.
Anyway, turning to okay, the other side, all right? Sorry.
Yeah, look straight ahead. Although to be fair,
Well, turning to lesson number 1, I learned that zone 1, zone 2 endurance training for KMs can be fun. Fun if you've got a great bunch of people to ride with, indoors on Zwift or out. On the Backpedal Festive 500 group rides, Scott, Ed and I, super grateful for all the support.
Thank you, guys.
In the live chat, in the rides itself. The KMs flew by.
And Miles.
And if you did your Festive 500 outdoors or on your own,
you're hardcore.
Kudos. Harder.
GP Llama's done a video today about testing indoor speed.
Right, let me settle.
I saw that.
So he's ripped Phil's videos idea off. Come on, Phill, you can do this. Right, so we have...
Hang on. He's at 100% training difficulty, no?
Yeah.
Is that why he's doing 60 RPM?
This is unusual for Phill.
Just need to settle.
It's not going to do his knees any favors, is it?
No. What do you think about trainer difficulty?
Goodbye.
No, what's your thoughts? Do you think it's like everyone should be on 100, or do you think everyone? I mean,
no,
races...
I think it can be utilized for many things. So if it's there for a reason, obviously. Like otherwise, why bother with it? They might as well have just, created every trainer with 100% training difficulty. Everybody has a preference. I actually use it for different things. So if I'm quite tired, I will go for a lower training difficulty so that I can actually regulate what I'm doing more. Which I suppose it's not cheating, is it? It's just it's like putting a different set of gears on your bike.
Well, that's what I sort of see.
It's like riding a flat road outside on a recovery day instead of riding the climb. So when I ride 75% trainer difficulty and above, it gives me a harder feedback. There's more feedback, and it feels harder. So I'm not. I don't enjoy riding it at 75 to 100 because, for one reason or another, it just doesn't feel like riding outside on the road. For me, and like I said, everybody's different, so that's why it's there for obvious reasons.
I think for me it's two different things. I think in a race you've got to go 30 to 50 because at the end of the day it is a game, isn't it? And it's like I sort of see it as you got some gamers that use different settings on the controllers, or they've got the Xbox Pro controller which makes the triggers faster and smoother. So I think Phill was talking about how it makes it go faster downhill with 100%, whereas actually it makes it go slower because the trainer. So if you're going up a 10% climb at 100% going up, it's 10%. If you're going down, they only change it to 5% because it will obviously go too fast. So you get a 5% down gradient going down a 10% gradient. So if someone's at 50% gradient, it's only like going on 2.5 downhill. So they can have more resistance to push into the bike technically. So they've got something to push against, whereas other people that are 100% going down a 5% hill at 10% gradient haven't got as much resistance to push against, so they can't get the power down.
Yeah.
So
also,
I think
also for people who either aren't as fit or are coming back from illness, having a lower training difficulty will actually help you regulate the effort and the heart rate. It's like with the 100% training difficulty, like you're going down the descent or something, or if you're in a really fast moving blob, you might end up like your cadence will be a lot higher, and then that will raise your heart rate, and then that will lead to other things. And we won't go down the cadence rabbit hole.
that is a rabbit hole. We'll save that for the Backpedal podcast. Oh, let's Phil's talking again, so let's just check back in with Phill.
Ahead of the Fred Whitten. That's because lesson number 4, I got me some performance gains. The kind of gains that everybody wants. Zone 4 gains. This one.
Well done, Jane.
Nice one, Bish. Get training, sir.
She's only riding up a tempo now, look. This graph is all green. It's not, well, I mean, tempo is absolutely fine for 3 hours and 20 minutes in, but
Yeah,
hopefully by May, June, you'll be able to ride threshold here.
Well, threshold and his FTP would be higher than it is at the moment, slightly as well.
Yeah.
And his watts per kilo, his weight won't go up, will it? So I've already got some messages in for support about how we can improve the stream. So if Ed is using an iPhone or iPad, he can improve the audio by connecting his USB mic via the Apple camera connection lead. Oh, but that's he should be able to do this monitor audio as far as Ed. Thanks, mate. That's Adam James again, who's lent me the camera for streaming. Ed, when we do this for the podcast, Ed will be on his streaming using his Yeti and earphones in with the feedback as well. So this is just a random thing. And Charlie's probably going, "Come on, Ed, have you finished yet?"
Yeah, well, she's watching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh, what season?
It's the most recent season, is that? Yeah. They've just dumped it now, I think. They've just brought it out.
Yeah. I watched the first one. I didn't watch the second series.
Mr. Phill is in an absolute box. Little bit. I mean, ideally, like, I mean, this is where races can be used on Swift, but you have to be careful the first, like for this one, if you want to, you could work at it from different ways, but ideally if I was riding this, I would ride, but obviously I'm in a different situation because I'm coming back from illness. I would ride almost the whole thing like zone 2, upper zone 2, like nowhere near upper zone 3, at first anyway, and just so that I can make the most of this effort right at the end, because this effort at the end, like for Phill now, if he does it in 45, 50 minutes, it's a huge effort on its own. So if he was to do a 50-minute effort at borderline zone 3, zone 4, after a 15-minute warm up, that would be hell of a session itself.
Yeah.
So by doing it at the end of this race, because they raced the epic, it's such a wipeout. You end up like, how can you train the next day? It's got to be sustainable in it. But because Phil's done the Festive 500, he's not technically, he doesn't have to. He can have 2 days off after this.
Yeah, he's not working Monday or did he say Monday and Tuesday? So this is the first time he can. I mean, he's in an uncharted territory here, isn't he? Riding 10 days on the trot, and I think, like when I come back from Mallorca, I said to you, you feel superhuman. That first 2 days, you put your bike back together and think you go out and smash. I smashed the Lynmouth loop. It was like third best time ever for a real hilly loop. So those were the days. But that's the trouble. I think that this might be Phil's superhero day where he feels unbeatable. He's going to have a crash at some point. Or not a crash. He's got to tailor it in a bit, hasn't he? And I think he said earlier in the stream, I don't know if you heard, he said, I'm looking forward to getting back to structured training pretty soon. So hopefully you'll guide him through.
I mean, if anything, like, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, Zwift racing is all well and good, and I feel like I've created like a bit of a problem child. I don't know, by doing all the live stream racing that I did at the start of the year. But there's no substitute for training and structured training and working, progressively towards something. Because like I was fine to do what I was doing because there was no target, there was no aim. We didn't know if there was going to be a hill climb season. I wasn't in a build, I wasn't in a base. It was just kind of, what can I do to keep myself entertained?
Mm.
And Zwift race streams was all I could think of. So, we'll see.
And he's getting some great, like, he's getting some huge views on his streams, isn't he? I mean, as I just throw up a bit of Pink Monster, what is he at now? I can't see the live count, but is it like 228 for 120? I mean, it's been pretty much 200 the whole time as well. So it's pretty epic, isn't it? Stats wise.
What's going on in the stream?
What?
Oh, he did say something then, but his heart rate is like, it's like, yeah, we'll sit you at 170 and you can do 200 watts.
He's got a feather. You don't get another feather on this one. Is he past the tunnel already?
Yeah. I mean, if you hold it together, you'll still be on for a good time. But
I'll need to get a silent mouse for the Backpedal podcast.
Most is expensive enough, anyway.
Yeah, but it's got annoying little. Let me just make sure I'm not near the end button. Oh, I've done something. Whoops. Whoops, a daisy. Yeah, Scott might still be in his bibs. Yeah, from last night's sea race. You got to go.
No, I was just looking to see if it's lunchtime or not. The 140 years. I was going to say something about the.
Who wants to do a test? I'll do a test. I will give. I assume I haven't given Phil a ride on yet, so we're going to do a quick test. See how long it takes to pop up. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it was like 3 seconds. Yeah.
He's on low late. He must be on ultra low latency then.
Oh no, there is a power up coming up. Look, in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Right, chat. Make sure he knows that.
Yeah, you better go and tell him to use that fella. Every second counts. Oh.
I'm just doing it. New PE.
So yeah, I'm working through the night, quite literally, on these training plans.
Yeah. just out of interest, I'm just going to drag. Is this making Phil quiet, or is it get?
Yeah.
Is that's making it to you, Ed, as well? Yeah. Okay. So I can just drag him down a little bit because I've got the sound, so I can mute him in the software. So he's now muted for you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody.
He's a good volume there, actually.
He needs to get a bigger screen so he can take the glasses off as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. LG sponsorship incoming.
Curved LG screen, please. Oh, three of them to Backpedal HQ.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Like and subscribe. Com Hunt TV, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Ed Laverack. Vlogs dropping daily.
They're not dropping daily.
Check out Georgia Capella Cycling. Quinta Molinez. Live streaming right now.
Well, we're live streaming as well on Backpedal. We're not taking any of his viewers. His viewers hasn't gone down since we launched. So, not that I thought we would take any of his viewers, but I wanted to test out the Facebook.
Okay, Mark.
The Facebook live stream as well. Who's watching on Facebook?
Hands up if you type in the Facebook chat and you'll be able to.
Yeah. You should chat in the Facebook group and be able to see you. So, here's one for you, Ed.
In a second, yeah.
What do I use? Well, at the minute,
Yeah.
I've changed tack, so I'm plant based in January. Day one went well.
Didn't look good.
It was. Did I share a picture of it?
See,
In the vlog, I'm
not
on
me.
vlog.
Oh, in the vlog, yeah.
That sounded good. Roast potatoes.
Yeah,
hold
it
on.
was-
So as you can see, I got me some Zone 4 power gains. Recent PB, day 6 of the 10 on a race up out the Zwift. 292 watts for 51 minutes. Better than my 1 hour FTP test of 278. Nice. And then on day 10, all the Backpedal crew, we took part in the most emotional, insane chase race ever on the Astoria 8 line in New York. We went off like bats out of hell. I clung on to the A group for about a lap, 12 kilometers, and then just turned it into an FTP test of 20 minutes. Near 20-minute power. Who'd have thought? Turns out, all those low intensity kilometers aggregate up
We're over this side,
to
Phil.
make small adaptations to aerobic fitness,
Oh, flip my thing, haven't I?
maybe muscle fibers, pedaling technique, cadence. So there's something to the old adage, you got to go slow to go faster. And I'll be definitely sticking in some high volume, low intensity training
Can I interject?
into the program with Ed, ahead of the Fred Whitton in May.
So I think the reason why he saw that FTP out of the blue improvement that he did was because he's done a lot the last couple of weeks, months. Actually, very little structured training, more so like racing and stuff like that. And then he's done a really low like intensity week with us doing the Backpedal meetups and stuff. And then that, I think, caused like a little bit of freshness, chomping at the bit as well. And then he's like kind of like primed as well, because you're a little bit motivated to do that race. So that's probably why. Like, it's not it's saying there that like you got to go slow to go fast. I was actually surprised at how slow he rode in the Festive 500. I thought like it would be hard.
Restrained.
He was very restrained, yeah, but it's quite hard for a lot of people to ride with other people who are, not as fit as them. So no, he did really well, and I think then that showed in that like little effort he did there. But at the same time, it goes to show that by doing that, you're not going to have overnight results with endurance. Like he's like right now, this is a day after, so he's had one rest day and straight into this. This isn't his best effort, so it doesn't translate. You see like a new FTP increase or whatever, it doesn't quite translate. So nice little banner at the bottom there.
Yeah, well, I can make it say whatever. It's got a stuff here. I can use banners to summarize your talking points and display calls to action. This is where I can put all sorts of stuff. So, don't forget as well, Phill did that race the day before the Festive 500 as well. So he's bringing that in as well, isn't he? I got some non-sponsored. So I've got some stuff to play about with this, so it's should be good fun. Let's just check in again with him. What was the question? What were you talking about, Ed? Sorry. What I want to try. Oh yeah, Serene.
Ride food. It's usually I usually go down like the shop bought bar route, but yeah, to be honest, I should be eating. I try to eat flapjacks. You can't go wrong with oats. I don't think you can go wrong with oats. I personally, I do everything fasted anyway. So
yeah. I'm just going to test. What do we like? What do we like for the comments? So we've got number 1, which is quite large, isn't it? Number 2, number 3, or number 4. I'll go through them again. 1.
Number 3 is nice.
2. 2 could be missed. It looks like an advert. This is 3. So you're happy with 3? So 3 or 4, maybe, I think. 3 or 4. This is 4. This is 3.
Actually, 4 maybe, because you can see people's profile picture a lot better.
Larger. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, people say number 3. So.
Number 3. Let's go back to 3 or 4. 3. Let's go to 3 for a while then. And I can test it. So Ian, there so here we go. There's Josh said number 3, Joshua. Number 3 says Craig. 3 says Mick. Pritchard Spritch says number 3 and 3 or 4 for Paul. That's quite small. I just worry. Oh, Jason Kane's gone 4. Now I'm just going to check 4 on a longer one. So this is what this is all about, isn't it? Yeah, I think 4. Just because if you're watching on a mobile, and we've got brand colours that we can play with as well, so we can go.
Who's watching this on a mobile? I mean, well, who's watching it anyway?
Who's watching it full stop? Yeah, I mean, why aren't they watching Phil's thing? I tell you what, the end broadcast button is very close to everything else. So Adam James says number 3. 4 is much better, Robert. Well, at least we've narrowed it down. One of the round corners. Yeah, we'll have a little play on that, and let's just see, because I think 3 might be when we change it to the screen. That's all right. It's not taking up too much room. So let's get back to see. What I want is this one. And I want Ed to be in the video, and I don't know how to do that. That's the.
Why do you want me there? To get,
well, when you were talking earlier, I just can't seem to. I can't seem to do that one, but there we go. Let's check in with Phil. Samsung Fold. He's on the Escobar phone. Come on, Phil. You're doing well.
Ian says, wouldn't it be cool if you could drop into between multiple riders, games, or streams? You can, because with Discord, particularly if you're, well, I mean, we could jump on Zwift and like go on rider view, I suppose, if you were doing a race and you wanted us to watch it.
Yeah, so don't forget, all I'm doing here, guys, is just dragging in Phil's YouTube stream. So technically, I could have fired up Zwift and been on the start line and followed his Zwift and gone around a few of the riders and changed some angles. So technically, we could use this. Me and Ed wanted to do it for a few of the heavy hitter races. We can do some commentary and stuff, can't we?
So not next week.
I could stream your race on Backpedal.
WTRL, you can watch it live
on Backpedal with Phil.
Yeah, if you can get Phil to
stop riding.
Spare like an hour or whatever it's going to be.
What's the first one? Is it? Well, I should know because you sent me the workout plan. When do you want me to do this workout plan?
Every day for the next week.
That's Zwift racing.
I've said it to a couple of people now, because they're going to need it prior to their WTRL races. I'm more interested to test the other plans, but obviously we don't have time because some of them are 4 weeks long, some of them are 6 weeks long, and ideally I want to get them out ASAP within the next, before the end of January, ideally, because I've had a couple of people ask me now. So
yeah, we've got some work to do, haven't we? It's going to be fun though.
Yeah. I'm creating a little blueprint. So ideally, if there's something for people that don't want one-to-one or just want something a bit more, because what some people have difficulty with is having a training plan. They buy it, they go away with it, and they do it for 4 weeks, and like they might get an email or something with the coach or whatever, and then that's about as far as it goes, and then they kind of feel like A, they've not had the best time with the plan, or B, they've not had the best like feedback or communication. So trying to create something where it's more sustainable and efficient and fun for people to follow a training plan, but also have the contact and the communication, and trying to use technology into 2021 to the best visibility with things like this, or yeah, I won't go into too much detail because it's like it's mind-numbing almost.
Yeah. One of the things I did want to do, which we like, part of that almost is wanted to do a little, well, whether it's a competition or someone just says, well, I wanted to get this up and running so we could actually, me, you, and Phill, or whatever, whoever's available, could jump in and almost sort of commentate over someone's race. And it could be, we don't care if it's an A race or a D race. If someone part of the Backpedal wants us to come in and get Ed's, I mean, I'm an expert on Crit City and that's it. But if it goes uphill, we can get some expert tips. And I think that'll be a really good video to get one of the Backpedalers in a race and just sort of, so they can watch it back and get some good tips and stuff. So there's loads of stuff we want to do. We've got loads of ideas. Everyone's sending in loads of great ideas. Sheldon White says, looks good, guys. Enjoying the channel so far. New Year's Eve stream was hilarious. Drunkhead as we called him.
I was happy.
You were hammered.
I was high on.
I say, you did Victor Campanart slip down, and then you just came back to life.
Yeah.
I am listening to Phill at the moment as well. He doesn't seem to be saying anything at the minute. Darren, yes, there is a club for expert. Yeah, me. Darren helped me test this earlier, so thank you, Darren. Then Ed got off the toilet and said, did you want me for something? So thanks to Darren. It was good to chat to you. We want to chat with more Backpedalers as well. So is there a Zwift club for Backpedal? There is. Ed, can you find it? Put it in the chat. Or no, you're not on thing at the moment, are you?
You do it. You're in charge of the admin. I'm in charge of talking. Rob, what about structured group rides through the week? Yeah, so after the success of the Festive 500, and more specifically, I remember the day where we did the Two Bridges loop, which had a little climb on it, and then you turn off and then descend back onto like the seafront of Utopia. And I was like, do you know what? This will be like a perfect like weekly evening chain gang sort of loop, where you'd maintain like a reasonable pace. I think we'd do like, I don't know, between 30 minutes and 45 minutes rather than an hour, because then it can fit in with what more people want to do. They want to do more, they can do more, but 30 to 45 minutes is what our chain gang length is here. So you can have like a weekly like meetup with race results, and we can do, we can attack the climbs one week, or we could take a chill and then attack the final climb and then finish down the seafront. So it's like a classic style course. So you punch over that climb and it's only 1 kilometer to finish. So all or nothing. So it's a good song. But Dean talking about that's why I struggle. I have no training plan at all, no idea what I'm doing. That's it, innit? Some people just need some direction and something to follow, but they also would like a little bit of input. People ask me what about the Zwift training plans? The Zwift training plans, they're fine. They work for some people, they don't work for others. But above all else, they get you into some form of consistency. The only downside is you don't get any feedback on them. So that's something that I want to address in what we do. Lord, don't push live our coaching anymore.
just hold off for a week or two, Lord.
Yeah.
So there you go. So there's the Backpedal. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you should be able to click the link in the comments and join us on Backpedal on Zwift Power. I'm not adverse to, like you said, with some of those meetups. The meetups, you can still do the race results as well, can't you? But I'm not adverse to jumping in, doing a Backpedal takeover of some of the group rides, some other races and stuff like that, or group rides, until Zwift sees the power of the Backpedal.
Hopefully WTRL will go a long way to show that.
Yeah, and we've proved stuff before, haven't we? I mean, when Zwift turned you down before, and we said, right, well, we'll show them how we can brand it up and make it look good. And I think Zwift seem to be liking a lot of the Backpedal posts and stories. I know they do quite often on other stuff, but it seems to be that they're sort of maybe getting noticed. I mean, they're not stupid. There's going to be someone there that goes, why are there 100 people riding on France map today when it's closed? It's like they'll have stats. There will be stuff like that.
Lord, I've held off for 4 months now. I need to clone Ed.
Whose GoPro just turned off?
GoPro.
I must have been Jane. Because I'm listening to the stream. So until Phil's talks. You hear the stream now, Ed?
Faintly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord, I appreciate everything you've done. Just gotta. what do they say? Demand is out. Outweighing supply. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea is we just got to get Ed Lavrak's ethos out into the world via more things as well, isn't it? But while still keeping that main Lavrak look and feel.
Yeah, because I've been there. I've coached for coaches in the past, and the one thing they've said is if they come to such and such coaching, they want to be coached by that coaching. They don't want to be coached by like a sub coach. But if you make it, clear up front, like say, and it's quite plausible to have Phill doing, strength and conditioning stuff, and helping people out with that. It's very plausible to have you doing, the sprint stuff because it is needed.
Finishing special.
Yeah, I've one I don't do enough sprinting anyway, but it's just to have have the ability to hate turning people away. Like, I'm not turning people away. I'm just adding them to just hang fire for a bit. I'll be with you. I'll be with you shortly.
If Zwift pick up, so this is Robert. If Zwift pick up the group rides, will this not make Backpedal idea just like all other rides? So what would set us apart from like a science in sport ride then, group ride, Ed?
What would set us apart?
What would set us apart? So if Zwift picked up the group rides and gave us a group ride every week, why would we then be different from all the other ones that are out there? My biggest thing, just before just to cut you off before you've even started, my biggest thing is it makes it easier for us, and that's not being selfish. That's just going on Christmas Day. We don't have to get together and chat about who's going to put what out, who's going to stream it, who's going to organize this, who's going to send out the invites. Someone says, okay, because the meetups are limited to 100 people. Then someone says, why don't you do 2 meetups? And it just loses it. If we had the events, it's just join. If there's 120 people or 20 people there, there's no difference to us for organizing. It just makes it smooth, and we don't get the last minute of, oh, can I join? And you can't, and we feel that we've let you down. So to make it easier on the admin side of it would be great, and we can have proper leaders, proper beacons within that one ride.
I gotta be honest. There's loads of cycling clubs that do similar things, but they have to end up doing their own ride. They can't make it a Zwift official event. Mainly because they don't need to, because they don't need to fill up 100 spaces. But I don't quite understand why so many brands or company, whatever you want to call them, have wanted to set up, group rides on Zwift. I know a lot of them want to do it because they want to get like Rampa Festive 500 with Mike Woods. And it's like, well, yeah, cool, right? But you can ride with Mike Woods at any time on Zwift. Like if Mike Woods set up a group ride, he could invite you to do that. But of course, it's a limit to 100 riders. But it would feel a bit more snuggly if it was just Mike Woods' meetup. What you're getting in a meetup with us is us. You're not getting like something like a branded ride. For the most part, you all have to wear like one kit. You turn up to the ride. There's not really much going on, but there'll be a heck of a lot going on. Especially if Phil's in charge.
Ian's put, do you have your coaching badges? I was going to start mine this year with the club. But yeah, unfortunately that all got cancelled.
Yeah, Binya Cycling Club sent a load of us to on courses. Yeah, you're right, actually. They've had to stop all of them, haven't they, because of the... We've got loads of courses in our club, actually. Too many, I think.
Yeah.
We've got too many coaches for the riders that are there.
Yeah, there's a difference to ride leadership as well, and there's all sorts of British cycling as well. Kev Stevens watching on Facebook, so there we go. There's another one on Facebook. The other thing that I want to say about that is that I'm part of Jarvis Club on Zwift. So this is the Zwift companion app, and I've got the clubs thing, and then you can go into the club. So you can go. Let me go full screen on this. Hold on. So you can go into the club, and you've got club chat and everything like that there. So club events. So we could organise club events from here, and this is all the club stuff there. So that's the clubs feature. So hopefully we'll try and get Zwift to, and that was done through beta. Hopefully we'll get Zwift to set up a Backpedal club, and we'll have the ability to do a lot more there. So you can go into club chat. It's a bit like it's a cross between Discord and other stuff. So that would be quite handy, I think.
It's cleaner, isn't it? You'll all be like, so I'm riding now. Who's joining me? Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Right, let's just listen in to Phill, see how he's blowing.
I don't know if he's spoken for a while, though.
He hasn't. I've had him in my ears, and...
you want to be careful saying that, mind.
Why?
You'll stay for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I thought it was a Welsh thing, then I realised it was an Ed Laverack thing.
It is a Welsh thing. It's a Welsh thing.
Hey, Josh, he's still going at the moment. So the glasses have come off, though. I did miss the glasses.
Noted, Dean. Noted.
Noted. Noted. Club functionality not rolled out on Zwift, though. Club, no, it's not rolled out. So it's beta for Club Jarvis. So anyone that was in original beta, I think, got an invite. So when we used to have one island to go around, one route, those are the days. You couldn't get lost on Zwift back then.
What's a bit heavy? The deadlift?
For example, Phill deadlifts like I eat cake, but I'm not a chef. Is there any element of liability? Not for... It's nutrition side of it. So coaching, when doing training, we've looked into it a lot. Let me try and turn Phill down because I can't quite... Yeah, so... There's a difference between strength training and stuff like that. So obviously, if you do something wrong, you could actually do some damage, couldn't you? So we won't say what Phil's plans are for the upcoming next few years, but stay tuned on that. So Ed isn't a nutritionist either, so he's not a qualified nutritionist. So he wouldn't advise on official nutrition advice. It's like Phill with his YouTube. It's like you could say anything in your YouTube. He could tell me to go and do a 90 km. He's got 1.8 to go. A 90 kg deadlift. If he tells me how to do it wrong, it's kind of who is liable, isn't it? Lloydie's here. I can't believe we've got 1.7 kilometres of this to go.
Touch and go with the 4 hour, isn't it? Yeah, definitely, Danny. The race analysis stuff and the tips. I mean, it goes without saying that we always need to improve. I was actually pretty pants in that race the other day. So I wouldn't say we're certified experts, are we? But there's always room for improvement and sharing experiences on different courses and whatnot. Lord, I do still have the plans, but I'm not offering them because I'm not in the business now for just handing something out. I want to do it properly,
and be more supportive to the people you are giving the plans out to.
Yeah, because that's the thing I've been telling people. I've been telling people like I don't feel like I can give you my full attention and stuff if I do it in the current environment that it's in. So I got to do it properly. Don't do you like a disservice. Like it's not my ethos. I'm gonna have a Brussels sprout.
We had Brussels sprouts on the raclette the other night. Yeah, so Dan, Jeremy, bugging the draft king, Gus. Yeah, Gus is the only one on YouTube that can draft. But Ed can get him on here and interview him and do a breakdown of a ride. The thing is, what I say with the drafting, it's very easy to draft when you're fit. My drafting stays in the bunch, very hit and miss. But like Ed would be able to look at one of your races on here. We could do a review. If we join one of the races, we can pull it in the application and watch your stream, and you could sort of learn a lot from that. He might go. He then might give you a session to say you need to work on this, your 5-second or 10-second power intervals, because that's where you're missing the pack, isn't it? And you'll be able to sort of probably look at that. Phil's doing still 4 watts per kilo.
Well, I think
Brussels,
the end in sight. So he's giving
Brussels
it the
sprout.
email.
Right, let's hear him again. Hopefully you can hear him.
He's dancing between, well, big patches of green now, isn't it?
Yeah, Lord, I'm just a bit worried that Gus isn't going to want to give away all of his secrets on YouTube compared to teaching like Phil how to do it. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Yeah.
That's why I said to Victor, I said it's the same with real life racing. If you can draft and like move your way through the bunch without expending energy, then you're far more likely to succeed. However, when the crunch point comes, you do need to have the legs. G-Man has said to me himself that like he's going to struggle in the WTRL series because the pace is so high that because what he does, same with everybody out on the road. If you can draft and move around the bunch really well, you don't need to have a high FTP, but you need to make sure that if your FTP isn't high enough, you need to be able to punch really hard to either move up, like in a real world, or indoors, and finish off like, well, at the finish. Thankfully, he's got that. But if he didn't have that, he wouldn't be able to do anything. So he says, like WTRL and the faster races, he can't.
Final straight.
You can't sit in anyway.
Hold on, Ed. He's recording. I heard the GoPro go on and he started talking.
600 meters short, look.
Oh, 4 hours is gone. But like, to be fair, he's been by himself pretty much a lot of this climb, hasn't he?
Yeah, well.
What do you think about his avatar socks?
Filthy. You never go for black socks.
Yeah, black socks covers up the covers up the injection sites. That's what Lance. That's why Lance brought in black socks.
That's something I'm going to struggle with now. You're talking about drafting and stuff. Like the drafting.
We're going to see your skills.
My FTP now is low in comparison to what it was. So I need to be able to punch more. But the difference is I can't punch now either. So like WTRL in a week, just over a week, it's going to be a bit tricky.
Here he comes, the last 400 meters.
I know, I'm not using it.
Yeah, no, Alejandro, this is really just a test for us. We haven't got any people watching this. And I've keeping an eye on Phil's thing. I think anyone that's watching is going to be watching both. So it's just a little tester here.
Supplements.
Yeah. And we know that most people will be watching it with two things. The idea is not that Phil's at max here anyway, so it's not that he can get a lot out of tactics, but you can watch this back and learn. And we're on Facebook, so the idea, Alejandro, is that we're streaming to Facebook, so we can test it for the next Backpedal podcast. Because I don't want to go live on a Backpedal podcast without knowing what I'm doing.
Here we come.
No one can compete with his numbers anyway. Go on, Phil. Give it some.
Phil, up. Allez.
He hasn't hit the feather either.
No. Has he had that feather the whole time?
Yeah. No, well, since that... yeah, he must have. What did he get on the spinner?
That could have saved... If you had another feather halfway up, could have saved him that 2 minutes. Well, no, it wouldn't have saved him 2 minutes, but...
Where's Darren's message gone? Oh, Facebook stream.
19th, is it?
Darren, go and have a little check for us, mate. you know what you're talking about as well. So you go and have a little look, see about the sound and the streaming, and we can go to LinkedIn as well.
Dear me.
Oh,
Honey?
the man speaks.
Thank you all.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh my word, you don't look good.
Oh
dear.
Oh dear.
You can have a month off now, Phil.
Dear me. Can you just turn off the fan there, baby?
Oh.
I can't reach. Oh.
Can you still hear him all right? Oh, not now. I've muted him.
The far one. No, this one. I'll do it. Actually, yeah, we could have been in all kinds of trouble. Oh, dear me. Thank you all ever so much for the support there.
That was in sync then.
Dear me, oh
Thumbnail.
dear me. That was proper.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Darren, you did say that.
I can tell.
Really appreciate all the support.
Stop
Thanks a
having
massive,
completely.
massive difference. So I just got to loosen my shoes. Oh, God. Oh, I'm in all kinds of trouble. Oh, dear me. Thank you ever so much. Please,
Why did you do it?
remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, please. It'd be super appreciated. And that was an experiment. All that zone 1, zone 2 endurance work over the last 10 days and a couple of hard efforts, the race up Alpe d'Huez Zwift and the little chase race at the end.
Well done, Phil.
Had shown me that my fitness was building. All that zone 1, zone 2 stuff, all the amazing group rides we had with Backpedal have paid off. Who'd have thought? I'd have never realized that you got to go slow to go faster. And I figured I got a bit of time on my hands today. It'll be a little bit of an experiment to see if the legs are actually better. And I think 2:27, that's 2 watts quicker overall than when I did it in under 4 hours with Ed, Quinton, Tim, and Gus.
Only 2 watts.
But they were pulling us around faster. They're much stronger riders than I. And so I'm super happy with that. 227 watts over the 4 hours. Wowee. That's probably a PB. Should we have a look at the power curve? Yeah, it was a great legs day. Thank you, Ian. And I cannot believe all the support on the live chat. It's just, I'm absolutely blown away by it. Oh, God, I feel super emotional having got that done. I kind of knew I had a good legs day relatively early on in during the epic climb.
Well done,
And it was a
Phill.
question of measuring out the effort. I had a real low point on the Tempest Fugit flat.
Don't do it
Me,
again for
I
a
thought
while,
I was
Phill.
imploding. And when the coke went down the wrong way and I had a stitch, I really did wonder if I completed all. I find the flat actually harder than the climb. With the climb, I just get into a rhythm. And if I get dropped, I get dropped. And then I just have an infernal pace. And, you know, I was quite pleased. There was a gradual ramp in power up the Alp there, you know, from the 240s. And I was seeing the 260s, mid 260s on some of the segments. Poor dear me. Yeah, the epic is the worst bit because you got so far to go. But please, thank you very much. Do subscribe to Backpedal.
Should we try and get him in on a call?
Ed and I really excited about that for the new
We're going
year.
to break the internet one there.
Backpedal is going to be a place for the community to have longer group rides, group chats, exchange ideas, all this kind of thing. And Ed's going to put some training stuff up there. I might put a few bits and bobs up there as well. It's going to be a nice little channel. 8 p.m. tomorrow Sunday, Com Hunt TV. If you want to see some madness in Minehead, go and check out Quinton's stream. I mean, he was up there at the sharp end with Paul Hamlet for all of that. You got Giorgio Capella Cycling, who's been super kind and supportive to me as well. And obviously, you've got the maestro himself, Mr. Ed Laverack. The comeback is on. The WTRL beckons in about 10, 11 days. We're going to see the road to victory with with the force of nature that is Ed Laverack.
Don't think I'll be willing.
Dear. But this was good. I mean, I think, you know, this is I won't be doing many of these. It takes a huge amount out of me. I did it because I got a little bit of time off Monday, Tuesday next week at work. But I'm absolutely stoked and so grateful for everybody for chipping in with the support. I mean, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel myself very, very, very lucky indeed. Thank you. So, Quentin, you got third. Wow, wait, Quentin,
third, yeah.
Where has your legs come from, sir? They are amazing. And Paul fifth, proper hype. Go and check out the live stream for Quentin there. Sensational.
So where was Phill? Just looking up.
Steve, so sorry, man. You've been up super late in Australia. I salute you, sir. Thank you ever so much. This is where I tend to go away with the fairies. Sorry. Paragraph. You were going to show the power. Oh, the power graph. Yeah, the power graph. I often forget that. So I've got to go to.
Well done, Jane.
All right.
Just left a nice comment.
In the ride. I like looking at the timeline.
Don't do another one of these until June before Muhammad.
This is pretty much the plan. Epic.
Here we go.
A hard little start there. You know, nice tempo up the climb. Then about 300 watts, estimate there for the radio tower. This is the climb out of the jungle. That was about 270 to 280 watts, I'd estimate. Then you got the Volcano KOM, about the same. Then the hell of the flat. Thank you very much, Oslo. Really appreciate that coming from you, sir. Then you got the hell of the flats. For me, this is really
went far
where the
too deep
mind
on the
starts
epic.
to crumble. Even though you'd superficially look at that and say that was the easy bit, you've really got to hold back to save enough for the Alp. And I did eat enough. For once, I actually managed to execute the eating plan, although I felt properly nauseous.
If you have a situation where you want to go for a certain time, you need to invest on the epic. But
270.
He's going to struggle. You need to obviously back that up before the finish. I mean, it's good, but I don't know. Good ride. Like I said, see what happens in June.
with, like a nice tempo. That is tempo, isn't it? Green and yellow, all the way up. It was infernal. 4 gels and 3 bottles. That isn't too bad. That's not a great deal, that. And I had the porridge as well.
2
with
bottles.
The nitroglycerine of the maple syrup on the top. So let's have a look at the power graph then.
There's no more of these until then or not.
Yeah, no more of these, Ed. I think I'll cry. Here we go.
I don't give them to you.
My best, I think, by the time. Here we go.
You don't need to do them.
227, I thought.
Don't never.
For the average. No, damn you. Give me. I definitely said 227, didn't it? On the,
do them, but...
Yeah, 227 average. Yeah, so not quite sure.
Check training peaks, Phil.
I stopped at 3:58, so this is definitely a 4-hour power PB. But yeah, I mean, boy, oh boy. Savages. I think I personally, I love this. I love the live streams, the community, the chat, all that kind of stuff. And I like experimenting and pushing. You can't, at my age, I simply can't do this too often. But it felt like the right time to do it, obviously with a bit of holiday and R&R over the next couple of days. Having had that nice block of endurance training, and you'll see in the vlog, Jane's got to put it all together in the edit, poor Jane. It's like a real mess of different bits of video. Yeah, that's right, Ed, a month off. But we're going to try and pull it together to provide, as you saw there, a few of my personal perspectives on the Festive 500 and what I learned from this Zone 1, Zone 2 stuff. Ed has been a massive kind of advocate of the Zone 1, Zone 2. He says he spends a ton of time in that zone, the vast majority of his time cycling, and that's in part why he's so strong. But I was always like, well, how do you get strong from going slow? And I guess you got to try it to experience
so that you can go harder.
It was strange. I think it's because of the recovery. You're not burning yourself out. But anyway, what was that for? Sub 50 up the out. Oh, super happy with that.
227 watts.
49.37. That is, I'm very happy with that. Sub 50, I would have ripped someone's arm off for
4 hours.
Ahead of that.
It does wonder though now.
Yeah, I'm better at the slightly longer efforts.
Marmot in June, yeah.
If
you start here, 227, and he wants to ride it 250, 260 at the Marmot for 4 hours, his FTP will have to be higher. So
I love watching Ed's brain tick away.
Oh, it's a constant pain in the backside.
It's incredible. What was the times that you both got there?
Oh.
Yeah, my last the last climb, actually I know what the watts was up the Alp for my last climb, because I did actually come with a plan, and I did actually execute on the plan for once. It wasn't a cluster of burning too many matches too soon. But let me have a quick look, because on my phone I wrote down.
This is the first time you're into the plan.
Where was it? I think, yeah, I did 245 average on the Alp last time. And I was dragged up it by Gus and Ed. As I said, it was like whipping a little mule up a hill with my little legs and my mind gradually failing. And so I think that's the other pleasing thing from this, all that endurance training. And I got to say, some of the endurance training that Ed sets is so absorbing. The Zone 2 with the surges, I just adore that stuff. It makes you mentally stronger and physically stronger. And I think garnishing it with all this like low intensity Zone 1, Zone 2 riding has kind of been the icing on the cake. So I'm very, very grateful for all the guidance. Thank you ever so much for all the support. I am rambling now. And it isn't the caffeine for once, because one of the things I've learned on these longer rides is to go super easy on the caffeine, only at about 50 milligrams, maybe 60 milligrams at the start, and probably about another 100 milligrams throughout the rest.
That's all right.
Bottles. And I think that keeps the heart rate a little bit better. 3:38 was your time. Wow. That is insane. And you were there for, shy of 3:40. That is literally insane times. Massive respect to you all there. Anyway, so tomorrow I've got the actual vlog, what I learned about the low intensity, go slow to go fast. And there is balconies and basements. Some of you will have seen me filming a little bit for the vlog, which is really an attempt to tie it together and make it a little bit more interesting to watch. Comment TV tomorrow night, 8 p.m. The Walking KOM. It's going to be very funny. Check that out. Ed Laverack has literally got loads and loads of good content dropping. And it's the kind of content that if you want to go faster uphill or on the flat, you want to have better health, watch it. There's, we're talking like subject matter expert advice from him and Charlie. So do watch all of that. And then, as I say, subscribe to Backpedal. We'd super appreciate it. We've got a nice community bubbling away here. Be super good. 3,000 calories. Yeah, I'm going to have myself a nice spiced bun or two. Anyway.
Loads of fruits and veggies.
You did the Alp just under 56.
No ice buns.
You know what, Eric? I think the first time I did the Alp, it was like 55, 56, that kind of thing. The more you do it, the more you know when to invest and when not. And you can just put a bit more power down on the hairpin sometimes, and that gives you a bit more speed into the ramps, that kind of thing. But definitely, it's one not to burn yourself out too early on. But yes, thank you very much, Charles Slave.
Any people watching here? He's going to have to get off the bike now. Anyone watching here, would you watch on Facebook over YouTube or not?
Thank you all ever so much for tuning in. It was a big chunk of time. I appreciate everybody dipping in and out. Steve, thank you all the way to Australia for sticking with it. Super grateful. But in the meantime, whoever you are and whatever you... sorry, forgot my own sign off. In the meantime, whoever you are and whatever you do, have a wonderful, happy, healthy 2021 and stay healthy. That didn't work, did it? In the meantime, sorry, I didn't say it again. In the meantime, whoever you are, whatever you do, please remember to live, thrive, stay healthy, and have a happy, healthy 2021. There, that was a hell of a lot better, I'm thinking. that was better. All right. Take care, all. See you soon.
Cheers, Phil. Here we go. Oh, he did it.
Nice.
Yes.
Three of my videos that.
Mum's been for a ride. So don't forget, guys. I don't don't like them all because I always feel like I'm missing out on stuff happening elsewhere. Yeah, I guess that's. I'm just going to try and close this down. So hopefully, I don't bring down the whole thing.
No, you're good.
Okay, that's good. Hopefully, what was the question? Plenty of watch party stuff. Plenty of stuff on Facebook. Yeah, it's just interesting to know because obviously the thing is, if we ask people on YouTube, then pretty much most of the people are going to be they're going to watch on YouTube. Just YouTube for me, Matt Starbuck. Multi-streaming, yeah, I think it's a little bit like with the Discord stuff. Like if someone sort of you feel like you're missing out, and you know when the streamer's sort of talking about other stuff, and it's I don't know, it's feel like missing out on stuff elsewhere. The only good thing with this, who said earlier that the Facebook comments come into the stream? Was that correct?
Yeah.
It was working and it was coming into the live stream on YouTube, not just mine and your stream, Ed.
I went onto the Facebook live stream, and the comment that was on there came up on here, and
but not the YouTube stream.
Well, yes, I saw a comment on the YouTube stream that was exactly the same, but I don't know whether they typed it twice.
Only the ones. Oh, I see. Sort of only the ones I highlight would obviously come up on whatever we're streaming. So if someone's watching on Facebook now, can I see if they are? Looks like 2 people watching on Facebook at the moment. So if you're watching on Facebook, just leave a comment. I'll be able to see where it comes from. Restream, .io will do that. Obviously not in the chat. Yeah, okay. I don't think we're going to get a lot of. The idea is just to stream on Facebook for the podcast. I don't think we're going to get a lot of focus boy. Ed's using his. It might be a bit better if we did this one. Ed's using his MacBook. Is that right?
Yeah.
Adam James, you're not still here, are you? He's on. So there we go. There's a Facebook. So this is a Facebook comment from Adam James. I'm assuming that doesn't appear in your YouTube live stream for everyone else, the chat. I guess I'll just have to bring him up. And Josh Power says hello from Facebook. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Ryan's testing as well. So we're getting huge views now. We're up to 4 people. So that's the Facebook test. Yeah. So I guess as long as I bring up the Facebook comments, then if anyone's got anything, the idea is then we can bring up banners. We can do the stuff here that rises the little chat up as well. And the main thing is when we talk about something, we can just have the info here, just to saying what we'll talk about, which will make it easier for people to jump in. So
yeah,
cool. Any other questions for Ed? He's a Wahooligan.
No, I've got to get on and do these blooming training plans, don't I?
Yeah, I've got some work to do. Andy Banks said he can see that on YouTube, so that's good. Don't know if you mean what's coming up on screen or not. So mic test 1, 2, looking very relaxed. Well, Phill hasn't replied to me about coming in to do a debrief, so it's probably, to be honest, we'll probably have to go through with that with him. It's quite simple though, Ed, wasn't it, the process?
I just had to click the link.
And then do you allow, you have to be on Google Chrome.
Yeah, but I am trying it on my phone. I don't know how easy that would be.
Okay, so if we want to bring in anyone, if we want to bring anyone in on the chat, like we did earlier with Darren, Faster Over 50 came in for a little chat. So we can do that for the Backpedal. So if you've got something you want to come in and promote or say or something, is it safe to ride?
Yeah, Agnes said just now that her back brake is broken. So is it safe to ride? Well, unless you're going down big hills.
But don't forget
the front brake is what makes you stop. The back brake supplements the front brake. So technically, I've ridden with really, really worn brakes a lot over the years. And as long as you know you're going to have to brake earlier, you're going to have to brake with your front brake, and you're not going to go down like some big hills at high speed, you should be fine.
We did have a little issue with someone in the UK that, unfortunately did have an accident, or not an accident, a collision with something. And do you remember I sent you that link?
E-bike.
E-bike. We had an e-biker in the UK that unfortunately died, and his wife said afterwards he knew his that was his front brake, wasn't it? I think his front brake was defective. It's best not to go out. It's best. I would get it. I would get it, Agnes. It's just not worth worrying about, because what I don't like, if your front gear brake snapped, or if you've got discs or whatever, then you're only left with one brake, and if your back one isn't working, then it's probably best not to. Yeah, you got 2 brakes for a reason, haven't you? Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Agnes is in Holland. So she probably never touches the back brake or the front brake.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, Ed's brakes on this video and then brakes to the bar. Yeah, you pulled your brakes right back to the bar, didn't you, in one of my videos?
I don't know what the problem is. Like, people...
Well, you're not 100 kilos as well. That's the other thing to worry about.
Yeah, like...
Phil will be busy with showers at the moment. So, yeah. So thank you for joining us for this test. This was a little test for what we're going to... Ed will have his better mic for a phone next time, so we won't get this bad static feedback in our ears. That's better. I think it's just when it hits your zip on the other side. That's it.
Oh, deal with it.
Back pedal is on the back brake, right? Oh yes, the back brake would be on the right, wouldn't it? Not the left in Holland.
Cool.
We will see you. When are we doing the next back pedal? Friday or?
Yeah.
Join you Friday for, when are you racing for the WRTL?
Well, if we do it Friday, our first Zwift session will be Saturday.
So we can push that.
And then WTRL will be on Tuesday.
Okay, so next Friday we'll be using this system, so we'll get it decked out a bit better. So potentially we might put an invite link out as well. So you might get a couple of live Q&As. So not just asking in the chat, you can come online, ask Ed a chat about the training for the Saturday, and then we'll put you out again. So thank you for testing this with us. Thank you to Darren for jumping in. Thank you to Agnes earlier for jumping in and helping me test this system. I think it's going to work really well, and because we can just do stuff like this quite easily, or just Ed. Oh, I've just removed you then. So we'll see you soon. What's the sign off, Ed?
Should we ride some bikes?
Should we ride some bikes, Boyle? Don't forget